Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of Nindies and Indies, a Nintendo fan podcast. I am your host, ScrapGear, and join me, as always, my good buddy, Draco Augustus. How's it going, man?
Hey, man. It's going pretty good. Had a pretty good week. Got to play some games. Got a new game.
Yep.
Well, it's a new to me game, right? And
it's new to you and new to the Switch.
Yeah,
but it's been out for a while.
Yeah. I did some yard work. Lots of yard work. Golly.
Me too.
Oh, and today I got to break apart a cast iron bathtub with a sledgehammer.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was tons of fun. My neighbor was doing it across the street, and I was like, "Hey, can I try that?" He was like, "Yeah."
And I was like, "Oh, this is so therapeutic."
Yeah, I smashed it so good, man.
Aye. Well, let's get right into this. What have you been up to the past week?
Well, I've played. You mean what I've been playing?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Splatoon lately because I just picked up another copy for my son, and that we actually haven't even gotten to play together that much, but because I've actually had a copy, I've been playing around too, working on some of the story and all that stuff, and also just having a blast splatting people.
Excellent.
And then I got codes for Cluster Truck from Tiny Build, which I will be writing a review on. Mm-hmm. But in case nobody knows, that is basically like a speedrunning type game where it's in first-person view, and you're jumping from truck to truck as they are like driving around, and not just driving. They end up like jumping off of cliffs and going down holes and hitting like anti-gravity pads that shoot them up into the air. It's pretty awesome. And, of course, you get like extra points if you jump off of trucks while they're in the air and stuff. And
doesn't time slow down when you're standing still in that game?
No, but there is there's like a power up you can get, which I haven't gotten that yet. The only ability I've got so far is the double jump, which I've gotten fairly. I know I've gotten to like the third world, so I might be able to get another power up by now. Probably. I just haven't gone back and looked because it's fun just using the double jump and running. Just seeing if I can do it without having anything else.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's tons of fun. It's tons of fun. I'd recommend it for anyone that just wants it can be kind of frustrating, because there's certain things you have to do like just right sometimes. But it almost reminds me of like a 3D, like I said, like a speedrunner type platformer or something,
Yeah.
But yeah, tons of fun, man. Tons of fun.
Nice.
Other than that, not much. I played a little bit of Animal Crossing, Pocket Camp. Because there's a fishing tournament going on right now, and I am killing it in that thing. I already have the silver trophy, and however you get as you catch more fish, it adds up all the length to all the fish, and as you get certain length milestones, you get prizes. And yeah, that's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. If anybody hasn't played that in a while, it's a good time to start up.
Nice. Well, then, as far as for me, I did play a little bit of a video game today. My daughter was playing Super Mario Odyssey, trying to get some of the moons that she's missing. She's already beaten the game, but again, she just wants to go back and try and collect all of them. Also, trying to get all the special costumes and all the new costumes. So, she asked me, "Where's the best place to get coins?" So I showed her where that was. In Bowser's Castle, or the Bowser Kingdom. Other than that, the only gaming I've done this week is just more D&D.
Okay.
As I mentioned to you right before we started recording, I'm building a test party to go and try and see how challenging I can make an encounter without it being. I want it to be challenging for the players at the level, because it's an encounter that's made for level for 4 adventurers at level 2, and I'm trying to see how 4 or 5 adventurers will do at level 9. So I'm trying to up the ante a little bit, and I want it to be challenging, but I don't want it to be, instant death for him. So it's trying to find that nice balance. Sometimes it's just a matter of like, I'll add, it's already a big monster. I'll add a second one of that, and I'll up their hit points a little bit. Maybe that'll work, and it's also going to depend on like some of the items that the players find throughout the course of the first part of the adventure. So I'm just guesstimating stuff. I was like, okay, so let's see. At this point, they might have stuff like this. I don't know. But so I'm working on that. We've been playing our family game night game. We took the original Pathfinder campaign that we were doing, and we've transposed it to 5th edition. And by we transposing, I mean I have been. My wife has been nice enough to give me a break being the dungeon master, and she's doing it for a few sessions until we get caught up to where we were before. And then I'll pick up from there, and we'll finish out the whole campaign. But it's been interesting because there's a bunch of monsters that were in 3.5 or Pathfinder that are nowhere to be found in 5th edition. So I've had to we've been using the D&D Beyond site and the app to go, and like that's how I've been looking up monster stats, looking up items, like how the different characters work and all that stuff, which is a great tool. I have almost as many books for Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition now as I do for Pathfinder, and my Pathfinder books take up a very large majority of one of our shelves. Whereas, because I've been doing it all digitally on the D&D Beyond site, I have my tablet that has like a case on it, and that's all my D&D books.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, so like for anyone listening, if you're into Dungeons and Dragons, like I recommend at least looking into the D&D Beyond stuff. Also, like we had talked about, possibly trying to figure out a way to do a D&D game without using any of the digital tabletop stuff. Because I don't have access to any of that. Also, you can buy the modules and the adventures on like Roll20, which is what Tracy and Dave mentioned that, for me to look them up on Roll20. You could also use Fantasy Grounds, which I know our buddy Gravy Kingpin, that's what he runs his D&D games on. Okay. However, if you're going to do the modules, like I need to buy the book so that way I can see everything, and then I would have to rebuy it on their site to be able to get all the maps and everything. So yeah, I like doing it face to face, and I'm trying to figure out a way that I can do that without using Roll20 or a digital an internet tabletop.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a process, but again, another thing that I really like about D&D Beyond is right now I'm just using, because it's just me and my family, I've got the hero subscription, so I can make unlimited characters, which is nice because I need to recreate all the NPCs in our current campaign in 5th edition format. So having the unlimited characters is nice right now, but at some point I want to upgrade to the master subscription. And what that'll do is pretty much you create an account on D&D Beyond, which is literally just linking your Twitch account to D&D Beyond. And then I have a campaign, and I send you a link. You click on that link, and you have access to all of my books.
Sweet.
So, and you don't even have to pay for even the hero subscription, which I think that's like $25 for the year to be able to make unlimited characters. And no ads, no ads on the pages.
Yeah.
Whereas the master one is, I think that one's $55 for the year, but that allows you to share all of your content or all of the stuff that you have on D&D with everybody that's in that campaign.
Okay.
So.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
What about Kirby? Have you gotten Kirby yet?
No, I haven't. I've been like I said, I've been really trying to work all the D&D stuff. I haven't done much playing. I really want to get Kirby. Also, I keep getting reminded that my birthday's in a month. So, like, yeah.
What do you want? Games.
I could use a game or two. Also, more dice. Dice is never a bad thing. I just picked up a set of 5 dice for like $9 the other day, so I have plenty of dice. Everybody at the table has at least 2 sets of dice that they can use, and I have 4 because I'm like, 4 is a good number. 4 is the most I will ever need, personally. Right. But yeah, some other things that we've been doing, and this has actually been a huge help for us on our family game night, is a buddy of mine has the I think it's Gale Force 9 is the company that makes them, but they're the spell cards for each of the classes. I think we have almost all of them now, which is nice because rather than digging through the book to be like, okay, what does this spell do? You just have the card in your hand and be like, I'm going to cast this spell at this level, and boom, there you go. You know what the spell does. If there's more information on it, it actually gives you, it's on this page right here.
Yeah, almost gives it like the ease of like Hearthstone or something.
Yeah.
As far as playing card games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Compared to playing like Magic or Pokemon, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know,
and like
across the table.
The reason that when we were playing Pathfinder, my daughter wanted to play the support character, so she started off as a cleric. But like, there's a ton of different spells to go and choose. And she was just like, oh, well, I'll just grab like the first 3, and they're not always super helpful. Like if she grabbed the first 3 at level 1, she'd have no healing spells.
Yeah.
So we made her a class that pretty much, as they level up, they learn spells, and that's all that they have. There's no like, oh, every day I get to pick new spells. The nice thing with the spell decks, or the spell deck cards, is you can look through and just read them and be like, oh, okay, that one looks really good. And for her, she has like the list in front of her that she can go and pick stuff. Of course, she doesn't use spells right now because she decided she wanted to be a barbarian, so she's I just want to run in and hit stuff with a great axe. I was like, okay, we could do that.
There you go.
But yeah, other than that, like, my buddy keeps telling me like, oh, there's all these events going on in Monster Hunter, and I'm like, I love Monster Hunter. I'm just like, I just don't feel like playing a video game right now. I'm having way more fun just, playing Dungeons and Dragons with my wife and daughter. So,
yeah, that's cool. What I asked about Kirby because that's something that I'm kind of looking for. I pre-ordered it. I went ahead and pre-ordered it, but I pre-ordered it on Amazon kind of late, so it's apparently not supposed to get here till Monday. But at least I got the price.
Mm-hmm.
That's the 20% off. But I'm pretty excited about that because it's something that we can all like. I've got my dock for my Switch hooked up in the bedroom, so like me and my wife and my 2 sons can sit and just play. Because I think like that game for the demo, the 4-year-old was fine with it. We kind of had to tell him, okay, now jump up here, and like. But then once we told him, he would do it. He even runs around playing Super Mario Odyssey sometime, but it'll be fun and it won't be like super frustrating or anything for the 4 of us to sit down and even with him and be able to get through it all together. So I think it'll be fun. I was a little reluctant, but I was like, it's a core Nintendo game. We do a Nintendo podcast. I should probably get it.
Yeah, we do a Nintendo and indie podcast, and all I've been playing for the past couple of weeks is tabletop RPGs. The only electronics are the lights so that we can see.
There you go. Going old school.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. But, yeah, like I said, that's pretty much all that I've been playing. You haven't been playing a whole lot this week. So let's move on to our main topic because I've been bad. I haven't looked at news. I know there's been like a bunch of announcement trailers for stuff.
Have there been?
I mean, I have, I have the announcement set up on my YouTube subscription to the Nintendo channel. So whenever something new pops up on there, stuff will show up. Like they showed off some of the Labo stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Which was, I think they did the fishing. And then there was the Nintendo Minute, which I don't know why they call it Nintendo Minute because the thing's like 16 minutes long.
Yeah.
But so we're gonna
I did
move
see
on
a thing on the Labo. Oh,
no,
go ahead.
go ahead. No,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was just saying, I did see a thing on the Labo about how like, you can customize, you can basically program different stuff to get each thing to do different things, if that makes sense. If you watch the video,
I'm sure they
know what I'm talking
explain
about.
it.
But I saw that. The what?
I'm sure they explain it.
Yeah, they explain it way better than I am right now.
It's like you
I
get
watched
to
it one time and I was like, oh, okay.
stuff.
Which I have that pre-ordered too.
Yeah.
So
you pre-ordered that when
be
it was
fun.
announced, didn't you? Or like
Yeah,
after
I did.
I think you showed it to your kids first, and then they were like, "Yeah."
Yeah, basically, and I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. Well then, let's move on to our main topic. Now, granted, it has been a couple of weeks since the anniversary of the Switch launch happened, but we've been we had the Mulaka interview, and then we had that Nintendo Direct that we really really wanted to talk about. So now, this week, we're finally going to get to a year with the Switch.
Yeah.
So you and I were pretty much convinced right off the bat, like, yes, we are doing this.
Getting a Switch.
It's
gonna happen. For
made
better
sure
or
I
worse.
could, as soon as I could, I went and I pre-ordered it when pre-orders are available, and then I made sure I had the money to go and pick it up and Breath of the Wild on the day of launch.
Yep.
And I gotta
Haven't
say,
looked back since.
yeah, yeah, I gotta say,
I guess that's what we're doing now. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, haven't looked back. Let's look at a review.
Yeah,
our year in review.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, like, the Nintendo Switch is the first time in a long time where I've played a game for extended periods of time. Destiny 1 is the only one that I would count, but even then, like, I think on my PlayStation account that I played the most on, I had 300 something hours over the course of the 3 or 4, whatever, however many years it was that it was out. I have between Breath of the Wild and Xenoblade Chronicles, I have more that much, or almost, well, I don't think double, but I think both are pretty close to 200 hours.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I looked the other day, I have for Breath of the Wild I have like 150 something.
Yeah. So, I mean, and that's the thing, like, the Switch, it has games that, like, will suck you in and will just keep you there.
Yeah, I mean, it got Game of the Year for a reason, and not just because it's a Zelda game. Like, I mean, I could still pick that game up and spend hours playing it without even realizing it, because I just start, like, let's say I want to go in and work on the Master Sword quest, the really hard thing. Well, I get frustrated with that. I'm going to go find a shrine. On the way to that shrine, I like run into a person that's like, oh, I need some crickets or something. And it's like, oh, I can give you those. Or, just like, just continuously go down the rabbit hole on that game. Till this day, the year after its release. And it's great.
Yes. And like, watching
I just stumbled upon something real quick.
Oh, okay.
I'm just going to bring this up. But Funimation apparently asked Nintendo when Goku is going to be in Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah. I mean, that's really going to be up to them and Nintendo.
Yeah.
So if Nintendo wants
they're
to,
down.
Yeah. Man, I can't wait for Smash to come out. That's going to be another game.
I know. That's what we're supposed to talk about that in a little bit, right? Like after our year in review, or maybe, I don't know. We'll talk about whatever we want to talk about.
Yeah. But like, let's see. What are some other things? Like, yeah, like even today, like when I was thinking like, oh, what have I played this week? Oh, I've only played D&D. Huh. I kind of want to start up Breath of the Wild again. I kind of want to go through Super Mario Odyssey again. And just do a quick playthrough. I don't need to like go through and get every single moon, though I probably will again. But yeah, so like doing that again, like I still really want to go through master mode and see if I can beat it on master mode.
Yeah, I was like, if you do that, if you go through Zelda again, that's what you should do.
Yeah, I should do master mode. Fight gold bokoblins and gold Lynels. Yeah, no thanks. That's going to be a whole lot of me sneaking around and not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I will find the shrines and get the health and stamina upgrades, and that's about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like, and even now, like, my family and we still have fun with Mario Kart 8. I haven't hopped back into Splatoon 2. I still need to finish the story on that. But part of that is, for me, it does feel like it's a better version of Splatoon 1. And I don't know, I played a ton of Splatoon and doing all the story stuff. So I haven't been driven to go back and do the Splatoon 2 story. But
yeah, and I like the competitive shooter aspect of it. But although like for me the story for it is, I mean the campaign, I guess you could say, is it's tons of fun still. I mean, like, because it's a shooter, but it's a platformer that uses, that nobody's ever, there's no other platformer like it, with the whole inking up walls and turning a squid and, moving around faster with that. And, there's just a lot of complexity to it that you don't see in any other platformer or, shooter. So it's just very, it grabs me pretty well, and it's very, very fun.
And I will say one thing that I am really glad that I just don't hear anymore is where are the games on the Switch?
Right.
Like,
oh my goodness.
I will admit that when it first came out, everyone was like, oh, I'm not going to pick up a $300 console for just one game. I mean, I'll get other games for it later if I get it, but like, why would I spend $300 for Breath of the Wild? Well, first off, Breath of the Wild won Game of the Year. Again, like we said, for a reason. And you would spend so much time in that, like, you don't want to have a huge backlog of other games to try and get through.
Right. And if you think about it, everyone we've interviewed say, like, hey, what are your favorite Switch games? And their first one is Zelda. Yeah. Like, so it's... Yeah. I'm just sorry, I just had to reiterate that, like,
Yeah.
It's a good game.
And, like, now you've got Breath of the Wild, you've got Splatoon 2, you've got Super Mario Odyssey, and then even some of the indie games, like we got Darkside Detective, Mulaka, Shovel Knight, Golf Story, all fantastic games. Yeah. And like, for me,
and those are just ones that we've played.
Yeah. And like, for me, one of my comfort food style games are the warrior style games, and like Fire Emblem Warriors has been a super fun, like, I'm just going to pick it up, I'm going to play it for a bit, and then I'll put it down, and I don't need to constantly... I beat the story mode. I haven't gotten all the upgraded weapons and everything, but that's fine. There's no online competitive for it. I'm not doing videos about it, so I don't need to be like, I need to do everything right now.
Yeah.
So, and then, in later this month... Is it later this month? I think it is. It's either later this month or May. I know it's in an M month. Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Hyrule Warriors comes out, and that's going to be another one. Like, just being able to have it on the go. And like that I would have to say, for $300, that makes the Switch 100% worth it. The fact that you can go play something like Breath of the Wild and be like, oh, I got to go run in, because like, we have one car right now. I have to go and pick up my wife. Okay. I'll get there a little bit early, and I'll just sit in the car and play while I'm waiting for her to come in, or to get to the car. So, being able to take something like Breath of the Wild just on the go has been super fantastic. And then, like, with my job, sometimes I'm stuck sitting around. I have something to play. I have good, really, really good, engaging games to play.
Yeah. Same here at work, obviously. But yeah, man. I mean, and it doesn't just it plays them well too. The only games that haven't really been looked so hot, either it's usually like on the developer side. It seems like because like I've said in a previous episode, Rhyme kind of had some issues where it would like slow down and stuff. But apparently that had happened on all the consoles.
Yeah.
But then I saw Captain Logan streaming Doom the other day from his Switch. It looked great. You know, I was like, it didn't look slow. It looked smooth, and you know, I mean, so I was just kind of like, this console is more powerful than people give it credit for.
Yeah, I've seen channels that have gone and taken and done Doom on the Xbox One side by side with Doom on the Switch, and it is noticeably a lower resolution and a little bit slower, but it doesn't stutter. And that's what's important. If you're gonna port a game that has been on other consoles that do have a bit more running power, because that's the other thing. Like, the reason it doesn't have, like, I've heard other people complain about it. Not, you know, oh, why would I spend $300 for a system that's not as powerful as the Xbox One or the PS4? Because it's portable. Yeah, they can only do so much with it being portable, and you still get great games like Doom, Skyrim, Dark Souls is coming. You get those great games on the Switch, portable. Granted, we don't know how well Dark Souls is going to run yet, but I would assume that, I think it's id Software. I could be wrong. Someone's going to get, especially Johnny. If Johnny hears that, he'll get on my case. It's like, no, it's this one. But in any case, the developer for Dark Souls, I'm sure they're taking their time. They want to make sure that everything runs smoothly, because if it runs smoothly on the Switch, they can port Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3 onto the Switch at some point, and be able to get their franchise out there to more players. Yeah. And like right now, it really seems like everyone wants a piece of the Switch. They want their game on it. And if they don't, I remember like talking to some of the developers at PAX South and saying like, oh, is this coming to the Switch? And they're like, I don't know. And I was like, because this game over here is doing it. It's an indie game like similar to yours, and it's a great place for them. And they're like, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Like, you know, like they're you're trying to be like you're trying to be all smooth, like, come on, put it on the Switch, and then give me a review code so that I can review your game on the Switch.
Yeah. Yep. There we go. That's exactly it.
Nice.
And oh no, I forgot what I was gonna say. I had it in my head as I was saying something else. Anyways, yeah, the Switch is awesome.
Yeah, Switch is fantastic. And like we said, there've been plenty of games. So looking over in a review, like Nintendo, they came out kicking. They've released a ton of excellent games. So let's talk a little bit about what we're looking forward to and some of the things we're hoping to see from Nintendo in the year 2 of the Switch.
Now I want to see Goku in Super Smash Brothers. That'd be so awesome. Come on, man. Like, it'd be the charge, you know? And then kind of like Samus's.
I would like to see another Xenoblade Chronicles character in Smash before Goku. Namely because I really liked the characters in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like, I would. A lot of people didn't like the Pokemon trainer in the Wii U. No, wait, Wii Smash Brawl. There we go. In Brawl, people didn't like the Pokemon trainer where it's like, oh well, like one of his moves is completely eaten up by the fact that you can switch between the 3
Pokemon. But that's kind of how, like, in Melee, Sheik transforming from Sheik to Zelda was too. You know, it's like, well, that their down B move is transforming basically. Yeah. So I didn't really find it. I was just kind of like, so, you know, but
what I would like to see is, like, if not Rex and Pyra, and some way to like work those two together, to get Poppy in there, and have Poppy's like down B be that she switches from just regular Poppy or Poppy Alpha to Poppy QT to Poppy QT Pi, and just like have all the different, and depending on like which which form you're in. If you get like the final Smash item, depends on what you do, and like each one plays a little bit differently. That would be really, really cool, and I would love to see that. But
that would be cool.
Yeah,
and there's a bunch of people like saying all the characters they want, and really it's like, I mean, put them all in, right?
Yeah.
But also I was thinking, I was like, they're restarting it. I mean, it's a brand new Smash game, right?
Yeah.
Like
that's the
assuming.
assumption. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm thinking, what if they go simple? What if they're like, okay, how many characters did we have in the first Super Smash Brothers? Like what? 10, 8? I can't remember all of them. I could if I thought about it real hard, I could probably tell you all the characters.
Yeah.
That's how few there are. So I'm kind of like, if they start with that, if they actually start with that, and you have to unlock other characters, like, and I don't mean like, pay DLC, which I'm sure there will be that too. But if you actually have like unlockable characters, like instead of
the new Smash did that, or the Melee did that,
Brawl did
that.
They all did it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like, in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe,
all the characters were all automatically unlocked. Yeah, that's what I'm worried. Like if they do a port, like all the characters are going to be there. That's
what I'm saying. I really think they'd shoot themselves in the foot by doing a port of this one, and I really don't think it is that. Like I from the way they're advertising it, it really seems, or they advertised it. They've only done it one time, I guess. Yeah. But it really seems like this is a new Smash Brothers.
Yeah, and for me, the biggest hint at it being a new Smash Brothers is Link. When it showed Link, or like the outline of Link, it was Breath of the Wild Link.
Breath of the Wild, yeah.
So it was Champion Link, not Hyrule tunic wearing Link.
Yeah. Green is the light blue Link, not the green Link.
Yes. Watch, it's just an adult. It's just like an adult version of the Wind Waker Link. It's like, because the outfit you start off in almost looks like a lot like the champion, the Ballad of the Champion, or the Breath of the Wild. There we go. Jeez, I can talk.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you're saying. Like, because I mean, they could just say like, oh, it's a costume. It's a new costume for Link, or like that's the Player 2 version now, or
yeah,
or but I mean, if they rework Link and it's like, this is the new Link, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And if they rework Mario where like, this is the new Mario and he has Cappy, boom. I mean, like, that would be pretty awesome. So, and then, the Inklings and everything. And I'm pretty excited to see it. I think it's there's no way, like Nintendo, and this is us talking about the year again, I guess, but this whole year has really shown how Nintendo knows what's going to sell. They know what people want.
Yeah.
For the most part, it seems like. Of course, there's still people saying like, oh, what's with all the ports or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And a lot of those are people who have Wii U's and were like, well, I already played this game, which I can understand that gripe, but it's
and
portable.
there are other people that anytime they look at a port from anybody, like a port from a 360 to an Xbox One version of a game, they're like, oh, well, that's just lazy. They're just trying to make money by just taking an old product and just updating it a little bit.
Yeah, which, I mean, they are, but it's also still enjoyable for other people, too.
But that's the thing. The Wii U did have some great games on it. Albeit not a ton, but, it had really good games on it. And a lot of people were like, oh, no, with the Wii, like, there's no way I'm going to get the Wii U. It's just the same thing, maybe a little bit better, blah. I'm not going to deal with Nintendo. And a lot of people wrote off Nintendo. And then Nintendo came out and said, like, hey, our new console, you can play it at home or you can play it on the go. And again, people were like, I don't know, that seems really gimmicky. Like, is that really even going to be that good? It is. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, I mean, and they sold it to us this time too. Like with the Wii U, I remember when it was coming out, and I really feel like the marketing didn't quite do it for me. I think I saw like the whole like shuriken thing thrown off the Wii U pad. And I was just kind of like
a smartphone thing. No.
Yeah, I was kind of like, what? I don't really. I kind of thought it was like, do I buy this new thing that goes with my Wii? Well, like I
Yeah.
was like,
And I think that's what the problem was, is people were thinking like, oh, it's just like an accessory that lets you do some extra stuff with the Wii, and then people went and found
yeah,
out like it's a whole new thing. I was like, oh, never mind.
yeah, yeah,
And like for me, when I got my Wii U, because again, like I've always enjoyed Nintendo games. When I got the Wii U, like the best thing about it for me was like because I got the Wind Waker edition, so I had Wind Waker, so I could finally play Wind Waker again. And if my wife wanted to watch something on Netflix, I could just switch it so that I was playing on the gamepad. And then when she wasn't, like I could just go hop back on the TV.
yeah.
And that's in essence, the Switch is a better version of what the Wii U tried to do.
Yeah,
also
for
because
sure.
you can walk more than 5 feet away from the console and still have a connection.
Yeah, because you're taking the console with you.
Yeah.
And it's great. I mean, I will be playing in the living room or playing on a TV, and then like my wife will be like, "Yeah, I want to watch something on Netflix," and I'm like, "Okay," and I'll like pull it off the dock to just like finish up the level I'm on, or or just play if she's watching what she wants to watch, or if we're watching something together, I'll just like finish up the level I'm on and just be done with it or keep playing. Like I played Cluster Truck until like 1:30 in the morning last night on accident. I just wasn't paying attention to the time.
Yeah, that's what happened to me with Xenoblade Chronicles. Like I'd go and I was just like, I'll be playing it on the TV and I'll see the clock and I was like, man, it's getting a little late. Okay, well I'm almost done with this part. I gotta go to the bathroom. Like I'll take it out of the dock and I'll go upstairs and use the bathroom, come back downstairs and not put it back on the dock and just sit back on the couch. Next thing I know, it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, crap, I'm supposed to be up in an hour to get people up and to places.
Yeah, so, see how awesome the Nintendo is? You can lose so many hours of sleep. I just called it a Nintendo. Oh, wow. That's old school right there.
Yeah. So let's wrap up our topic with talking a little bit about where we would like to see Nintendo go over this next year.
Yeah, sorry, we kind of like got Smash focused there.
Yeah.
Which is okay, because we didn't really we talked about it last week, but we didn't really get to like really dig into like, well, this is how I think Smash is gonna be.
Yeah. We were trying to keep it short.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, so far, like if they even just keep up what they've been doing this year, or this past year, like I mean, it's golden, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, we already know we have another Metroid Prime coming, which I'm really looking forward to. Another Pokemon game, which I'm really looking forward to, like a core Pokemon game on a console that everyone's been dying for since day one of Pokemon, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I mean, that right there, that if those two games come out this year, which I don't know if Pokemon will or Metroid, but we have Smash coming out this year, so that'll I mean, that one game right there, that'll take me through until next year at least. So and yeah, I mean, I really feel like their cadence for releasing games has been really good.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, they're constantly having indie games come out, which that has just been amazing. And the fact that they are supporting the indie games so well to where they're not even putting, this has to be on purpose. Like, there's no way they're not holding off on a virtual console to let indie games shine. I mean, I read something the other day that it was like how indie games have been bought more on the Switch than they have on like any other console in a year or something like that. I can't remember exactly the way it was worded, but and so many good games too, good indie games and just at an affordable price, so there again, that's another great reason to get it. Like one of the best indie games for the best indie game for the money, at least, would be like Kamiko, which was like $7, and it's like Zelda basically.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I could keep going on that, but
well, and another reason, like, and people are, like you said, they're still like, oh, well, where's the virtual console? When they released the Wii U, they immediately had the virtual console available, and third-party games from third parties suffered for it because they were like, well, I mean, we can put our game on there, but people are gonna see for cheaper old games that they enjoyed playing. Like, why would we do that? Why would we put that stuff on the store or available on your console when people are probably just gonna pass it by?
Mm-hmm. And now it's not there, so it's like, oh, this game's Celeste? That looks pretty cool. What? This is the best game ever!
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I haven't played that yet, but I've heard it's really good. Shovel Knight. I'm so excited about the King Knight expansion.
Me too. It's more Shovel Knight. I'm not going to say no.
I know, right? Like, I'm just like, oh, and that goes back to Smash too. Like I heard. Of course, there's people saying, "Oh, Shovel Knight
should be in there. He better be in there." Like,
right?
Shovel Knight, Nintendo and Shovel and Yacht Club Gaming have been doing a lot of stuff together. They've been buddy for a really long time. Like, come on, Nintendo, do them a solid. Put in Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
I'd be even more ecstatic if they put in Shovel Knight and Plague Knight.
Ooh.
I'd be down for that.
Would you want Plague Knight or Spectre Knight more?
I think
Spectre Knight would be so awesome.
Spectre Knight would be pretty cool, but I
have a thing for scythes, so like that's me.
I think that Plague Knight plays differently enough that it would be more interesting to play as Plague Knight in Smash than Spectre Knight.
Yeah, it could be, but here's what they need to do: just every amiibo that they have, that's what they should make a Shovel Knight character out of on Smash. I'm not saying you have to have the amiibos to get that character on there. Don't get me wrong, but they should just have four Shovel Knight characters, and they should all be on there.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to that.
Put Shield Knight in there too.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I want Nintendo. What I want from Nintendo for year 2 of the Switch, I just want them to keep going, keep doing what they're doing. Yeah. Keep releasing amazing games. Surprise everyone thinks that it's going to be a couple of years before another Mario game, and there might not be one this year, but there might be one next year that is side-scrolling, or is closer to like Super Mario 3D World or something like that.
Well, and we have Toad's Treasure Trek coming out, and Mario Tennis.
Yep.
So really, I mean, that's plenty of Mario for now.
Well, I'm talking like a traditional like level,
platforming
Mario. That's what I'm getting more at. Like there is quote unquote platforming in Captain Toad, but he can't jump, so it's a matter of like finding the ramp that you walk up or the platform that goes up and down, and you can walk on that. Yeah. So,
man, there's so many games coming out that I want, and I know I'm just not going to be able to get them all.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able to play them all.
I told my buddy, it's like, oh, like, I watched that, and like aside from like some of the other new things that they announced, like Smash, I'm really excited for that, and like one of the things I'm really happy to see was that Captain Toad Treasure Track is coming out. I was like, well, I mean, I got that on the Wii U, so I don't want to get it on the Switch. It's like, but it'd be on the go, and Captain Toad is a fun game.
It seems like a perfect game for on the go, too.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like it's going to work really well on the Switch.
Yeah.
So one thing I was thinking about, another thing that I really hope happens this in the future as the Switch keeps going is Tiny Build did like their own direct for the Switch. Basically, They were like, I think they call it like the Tiny Build Direct to Switch or directly to Switch, or I can't remember. But it basically just like showed a showcase of all the games that they're going to be bringing to Switch in the next few months or so,
Yeah.
With teasers including for Hello Neighbor, which is kind of like I actually the reviews weren't very great for that game, but like it has a really neat art style, and I think it kind of has like a cult following already. Like,
Yeah.
it's definitely pretty popular with younger kids too, I think, which is a little weird to me, but because that game just seems kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, what they did though, what Tiny Build did, I hope other companies will do that too. Like if Bethesda did like, this is more Switch stuff that we're gonna have coming your way, and just have like the little trailer. Did you see the Tiny Build thing?
I did not.
I think they called it like Hello Switch or something like that. I can't remember. But yeah, it was like a 15 or 20-minute little video that the Alex, the PR guy from Tiny Build, he stood in front of the camera and like did it, and he even had like a little teaser at the end. He was like, "And that's it, and that's all we have." There was Cluster Truck, Party Hard, and a few other games, and he's like, "Oh, that's it. Oh wait, no, there's one more." And then he like pointed to the screen, and it had like somebody like first person view of somebody looking out of a closet like through a little hole, and then you hear like somebody go, shh, and he like looks over and it's the neighbor holding a Switch, like, so like,
nice.
It was pretty neat. So yeah, I mean, if other companies started doing that, that'd be great.
Yeah, and like I'm just excited to see the other indie games that are coming to the Switch. And the one thing that I do hope that Nintendo stays vigilant on is quality control for indie games, because like there's tons and tons of indie games on Steam. A lot of them aren't that great. It's like you got to dig through and find the really good ones. So as long as Nintendo does a really good job at vetting all of that stuff, then I'll be fine.
Yeah, and so far that doesn't seem to be a problem, but it also is probably because they haven't had that much traffic as far as people wanting to get their games on. But now it's getting more and more, I know. So it'll just as long as they keep up what they've been doing with that, I think we'll be fine. Of course, there's going to be some that fall through the cracks. Yeah, like that Vroom Vroom in the Night Sky, and like, I feel so bad for that game. I've never played it, but I've heard it's horrible, and every video I've seen of it is just like, it looks like it's for babies. Super. But yeah.
All right. Anything else you wanted to add?
Probably. I could talk all the Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. I'm looking forward to that, which I know that's another port, but
yeah. Again, it's a game that came out on the Wii U that a lot of people missed, that now that Nintendo's back in the spotlight, like, why not?
Now
why wouldn't
Funky
they?
Kong.
Yeah. But okay, with that then, I don't think we had any messages from Hyperspace this week.
Yeah, I forgot to even put out a tweet.
Yeah. That's okay. So we'll start wrapping things up then. Draco, where can people find you?
You can find me at Draco Augustus on Twitter, and Draco Space Augustus on Xbox Live, which I hardly do anymore, but I'll probably start getting on my Xbox more often, or at least on my Xbox app through my computer to play Sea of Thieves. Yeah. Because I did pre-order that. I'm pretty excited about that one. And then also my mulehorngaming.com account is Draco at mulehorngaming.com. And yeah, check out all our stuff there at mulehorngaming.com, which I guess you're about to say all that anyways.
Yeah. Well, as for me, you can find me everywhere as ScrapGear. Eventually, my life will come together and I'll be able to stream regularly. That has not happened. Like I've streamed semi-regularly off and on, for a couple of days, for a few weeks in January, and then life. Yep. And like, I'm debating on going and doing stuff with YouTube because I've been hearing a lot of stuff with YouTube, and it's but again, you can find me all those places: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. You can find me as ScrapGear. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Nindies and Indies. That is Nindies twice. Just spell it out twice and you'll find us. You'll know us by the two boos laughing at each other. That is what our logo is, and that's what our account icon is. So definitely give us a follow. If you have any questions for us, like on, you want to talk anything Nintendo Switch, anything indie game related, hit us up on there. You can hit us. You can use the hashtag StarRoadMail. Also, be sure to check out our home site, mulehorngaming.com, where that is, that's for all things gaming. I haven't been on the site.
I write reviews on there.
There's tons of reviews on there that Draco's been working on. There's a bunch of other, like, we do a lot of reviews. We do some news stuff if something pops up. And, so on and so forth. Again, me and Winter do not get along, so I have been in a huge writer's block. So I need to start writing again. But if you like video game podcasts, be sure to check out the Analog Assault podcast, the official video game podcast of mulehorngaming.com. But that is going to do it for episode 6. Until next time, GG.
GG.